Neil, things are not looking good for yabba dabba doofus Donald Trump. The porn star hush money trial starts Monday. All his many last-minute efforts to delay it have failed. His only move left is to have sex with everyone in the court and pay them $130,000 to get their mouth shut. Trump lost 3 appeals in the last 3 days. He does this in every trial to gum up the mechanism. He keeps challenging, and it works. All his trials are behind schedule, and most now won't likely happen until after the election, if at all, which, I don't know, seems like quite a lot of due process for a witch hunt to me. It's like, we can't burn this witch yet. Her attorneys are saying the water we used to see if she floats wasn't distilled. But you know what they say, if at first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth, or 10th you don't succeed, cry again.
At what point are the actions of a sitting president using lawfare and weaponization against his opponent for purposes of election interference considered illegal? I believe, as do various highly respected legal scholars, that crooked Joe Biden has long since crossed over that very sacred threshold. He is a criminal. He is a horrible president. He can't put 2 sentences together. He can't do anything. So they weaponize government, and they take me to court on bull.
Right. Biden simultaneously can't do anything and is a ruthlessly calculating criminal mastermind. It makes total sense. And by the end of the week, he'll be saying Joe Biden's the one who had sex with Stormy Daniels, not him. At Mar-a-Lago tomorrow, Donald Trump and Speaker of the House Mike Johnson will hold a joint press conference on election integrity. And that's not a joke. Tomorrow, Trump and Mike Johnson really are holding a press conference to talk about election integrity. I just told you it's not a joke. Okay. Never mind. Trump has to make his speech about integrity tomorrow because starting Monday, he'll be in court for cheating on his wife with a porn star shortly after Melania gave birth to their son. So time was of the essence here. And Trump and Johnson, they are quite a pair. They don't just act like a ventriloquist and his dummy. They look like one, too. Is Trump tickling his belly? What's happening there? Now, this comes at a moment when Marjorie Taylor Greene, who is Trump's second biggest fan after himself, is actively threatening Mike Johnson. And Johnson's hoping if he starts hanging out with Trump more, she'll stop taking his lunch money. But meanwhile, Donald may be getting some help from his former rival, Meatball Ron. Ron DeSantis has reportedly started telling donors he intends to fundraise for Trump, which should be easy given his natural magnetism and charm. But Ron DeSantis, as you know, spent the better part of the year trashing Trump. Now he wants to raise money for him. And there's actually a very good reason why. He's a little bitch. It's another chicken with his backbone removed. They call it spatchcocking, I believe. Speaking of the spineless, Trump's occasional concubine Ted Cruz is having a tough week. A watchdog group named the Campaign Legal Center filed a complaint with the Federal Election Commission saying that the company that produces Cruz's podcast has been funneling money to his super PAC, which would be a violation of campaign finance law. You can't, sell advertising and give that money to yourself. Ted's super PAC is called Truth and Courage, which is rich coming from the guy who fled to Cancun during a snowstorm and blamed it on his daughter. His campaign claims no laws have been broken because Ted does the podcast as a volunteer. They say he appears on the show 3 times a week for free, the same way his face appears in our nightmares. But that's a very loopy loophole, and the watchdog group that filed the complaint, this is interesting, is led by the same watchdog Ted abandoned in the storm. Snowflakes. Bite 'em, snowflake.